Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Louisiana. I know, it's crazy. Y'all probably thought I was done with this ship. Nope, I enjoy it. And that is one thing that I'm going to be trying to do more often, is try to play things that I enjoy. I have had a rough night, I ain't gonna lie. Not because of me, as usual. It's just been one of those nights, man. It's been blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout. Once again, games ending in 10 minutes if you're lucky. It's been rough, man. I'm telling you. This game has just gotten to a point where I just don't enjoy, like, trying to create content for it. Because every night I try to record, instead of getting games relatively quickly. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm getting damage, but damage isn't everything. I'd like it to be an entertaining video. And I got an entertaining video for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy. But are you guys having, like, obviously you guys aren't creating content, so you guys don't get that part. So if you just get a decent game, you're probably happy with it. But I don't know, man. I have specific games that I try to get. I've talked about this before. I have specific sort of ideas of what I want to do for a video. And when you go into a night and you're trying to, like, get that specific type of video and nothing just seems to fall your way. Like, the amount of back-to-back flood drop torpedoes today that I've gotten has been absurd. Like, I don't know what I did to piss off the RNGesus, but Lord have mercy, I'm gonna need you to back the fuck off of me. Seriously. I'm gonna have to come up there. It's ridiculous. But, dude, I'm not kidding. Like, the RNG that people have gotten against me tonight has been absurd. Put it in perspective. I come forward, I was Jean Bart. I was like, okay, we're on that little tiny map. I can't ever remember the name of it. It's the one that shouldn't be a tier 7 map, but they brought it back to tier 7 because people were asking for it apparently. I forget what it is, but it's a little tiny. Is it straight? I think it's straight. Anyway, I spawn on the left bottom spawn. I go forward. I got a D7P right next to me. He's like, hey, let's go. I'm like, sweet. I got a spotter. He's great concealment. It'll be fun. And so I go forward. Of course, he goes and hides behind the nearest island, doesn't actually participate. I end up spotting with my face. Worst part was, not only do I spot with my face, and Iowa comes out full broadside. First shot, one shell hits the target. I'm talking, we are 7 kilometers from each other. He is full broadside to my Jean Bart. Of course, I'm using a reload booster. I mean, he's broadside in Iowa, and I'm in a Jean Bart. So I use a reload booster. What do I get? Double Citadel, take all of his health, but of course, leave him with just enough to be a problem. And what kind of a problem is he? Well, it just so happens his entire team spawned in the middle and sat perfectly in a one spot to catch me as I come through the gap as I try to get close to the D7P to finish off the Iowa and the D7. What happens? Every single person that fired a shell at me landed every single shell, and I went from a full health Jean Bart down to a no-health Jean Bart in about 3 seconds. I have never seen my Jean Bart get its butt kicked that hard before in my life. But enough about that. That's just how my day's gone tonight. So instead, as you guys can see, I've been kind of... I ended up damage conning a single fire, which I know I don't normally... I always say don't do that because there's a reason for it, right? It ends poorly. But we catch the Yama as he's coming around the corner here. I figured he would probably slow down trying to get around that corner, so we try to hit that. I don't have any spotting. My entire team that's over here is just like gonna piddle fart around. This is what they are going to do for the entire match. They are going to piddle fart around. But what that ends up leading to is me getting some fantastic damage and some good old crossfires and setting up our own little torpedo strikes with the planes. It's going to be glorious, guys, I'm telling you. These people, and it's going to be frustrating at the same time, trust me. I'll explain that later, too. But again, like the RNG that everybody gets on me, the guy that didn't even hit me and got a fire, like literally is shooting the water all around my ship and suddenly my ship bursts into flame, is like, really? That's my RNG tonight. They don't even have to hit me. I'm on fire. I'm flooding. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous, man. I have had the worst RNGesus tonight. And speaking of the worst RNGesus, enter the Brisbane, right? Do I need to say more? But worse than that, I go ahead, I damage con it again. Damage conning single fire is a risky endeavor. But I wasn't expecting the dum-dum to come back out in the middle of this and start firing at me again. And then I shoot at him because, I mean, let's be honest, this is a kill shot. Or at least it would be if my RNG wasn't the worst. How is that man still alive? He was angled in a Brisbane and I blasted him. And he gets away with it. How's he alive? And of course, hits me with a shell. Back on fire. Shocker. Now, you may have noticed that I put out some more torpedoes for that Sejong or whatever it was. I forget what it is, but a little Pan-Asian thing over there. But don't worry. We managed to hit him, get a flood on him with our torpedoes, and then we get a shot trying to save our teammates who are being dumb. And, of course, we can't save them in time. They managed to get themselves obliterated again. And then the Lishun pushes out in front of our team. 2 battleships right there. I just shot the freaking Brisbane. I've about got my guns in range to shoot, or on target to shoot this guy. Gonna use my second heal here. These guys are right in front of this guy. Of course, he lands torpedoes on our friendly Conqueror. I think our Conqueror is now flooding. I get a good hit on the Lishun. And now I am trying to actively engage the guys on the right, right? Like, we know the GK's there, so we're trying to bow tank, or at least angle to him. We know that there's a Des Moines over here. What I didn't realize, there's a Venezia over here, but I didn't have time to check. And that's going to cost me in a minute. But when we come out here, I mean, this is the stuff dreams are made of, folks. Broadside GK, we take the shot. American 16-inch armor piercing on the way. And? Really? Really? That's alright, because I'm about to get the ultimate balance on him. When RNGesus says go f yourself, you just use torpedoes. It's that simple. It's hard to miss a GK. It really is. Like, GK is the one ship that is getting shafted the hardest by these torpedo bombers, because it can't dodge. There's nothing it can do. It dodged one shell, and of course, RNG says, well, he took all of his health anyway, might as well give him the kill with the main guns. But what happens next is, I realize there's a Des Moines here. He's been shooting HE at me this whole time. I'm going to go out here and punch him. I got plenty of hit points. Why can't I? I also want to get into a position where I can potentially help with the Yama, if I can come around the corner and help with him. So I'm thinking, okay, easy damage on the Yama, easy damage on Des Moines. I overmatch, there's no problems, right? There's no problems, right? Now, we get a radar from our friendly teammates. We're going to go ahead and use that to our advantage. Shoot at this Des Moines who slows down just enough to keep himself from getting yeeted there. We throw up our plane. He double fires me, of course, in the first freaking shot. Again, nobody has my RNG. I swear to goodness, it is just the worst. And then I just get slapped by the Venezia. And at this point, I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. Like, I'm legitimately in trouble. But I wanted to get rid of this Des Moines. And I'm not going to lie, I get a little bit greedy here. I'm like, okay, well, we should have the Des Moines here. This is death, right? Nope. Overpin. And then we take all of his health. But, of course, in true Spartan fashion, we leave him with just enough to continue being a pin in my tush. And then we drop our torpedoes on the Yama, because where's he going to go, right? Who am I going to torpedo, the cruisers or the Yama? I'm going Yama every single time, and this ends up being my best torp drop yet as we land all 6 of our torps on that Yama. We go from 140,000 damage to 168,000 damage. We shoot the Des Moines, we leave him alive, and I thought he'd be dead, so I shoot the rear turrets at the Venezia. And of course, the rear turret says, go f yourself. I'm telling you, nobody has this kind of bad luck except me. It's the worst. It has been the worst luck I have ever had tonight. I'm telling you. And that's saying something, because I get some bad luck, but you can see that Venezia tearing me up. Now, I want to shoot this Des Moines and get rid of him. He has lived far too long. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I use both guns. And then, of course, I'm here. Got the rear guns ready to go. Get the firing angle on him. Finally kill the Des Moines. Of course, we get the Pitadel. Couldn't have killed him any sooner, right? That'd be illegal. But now that we got the Venezia running, I'm trying to slow down. The fire's about to go out. We gonna survive, right? We get angled a little bit, and of course he hits every goddamn shell and manages to do just enough to leave us with 2,300. Now, as he starts to pull back, I'm thinking, okay, well, Venezia is a floating citadel of sadness if I can catch him. But catching him is a whole other ballgame. And if you look at the positioning of my teammates on the map, you can see that they are not in any hurry to actively support me at all. You can see Brisbane's trying. We've got Stalingrad shooting HE. I don't need to say it. Don't need to say it. Whoever came up, and of course he ends up taking me out, right? But whoever came up with the idea to give Stalingrad HE, I'm telling you. Now, I thought I'd scored a hit here, but no. He slows down just enough to avoid that. I thought I had him. I was going to laugh my butt off if I'd have killed him right there as he smoked up. Because I timed that perfectly. I placed it out ahead of him, but he slows down, and that's what ends up saving his life. But it doesn't matter. This is a game over. We did our job. We got 3 kills. We got 191,000 damage. But boy, howdy, man. Do you ever see anybody else have that kind of bad RNG all the time? It's just me. You watch everybody else, and they got the greatest RNG on the planet, and then you get me, and you're just like, what is going on right now? It's awful. But it's just been one of those nights, man. So I hope you guys had a better night than I did. But I'd rather be farming, as you guys know. I hope you guys been enjoying the farm sim streams too. It's been nice having something else going on. So it really has been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. A lot of people been enjoying it. But 191,000 damage, high caliber Confederate, top of the leaderboard, 3,200 base XP. Louisiana just doing what it does, and we gonna make something happen one way or another. If it's the last thing I do, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.